Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Kit and Kajira Gaming. Welcome if you are new. You can call me KK, and on today's video, we're doing something a little bit different. Today, we're actually going to do a lookbook based off of the movie Luca. So, over in my Facebook group that I always talk about, Dreamlight Valley Adults After Dark, we have a weekly theme challenge, and this week's theme is Luca. So, strap on in, grab something to eat and something to drink, and let's watch me change my character into our favorite Luca characters. We are starting off our lookbook with who the movie was named after. Of course, our main character, Luca. And we're going to go into our clothing mode and change my gender from female to male. If you don't know how to do this, you're just going to go ahead and go all the way down to the bottom and click body and then change the one that has the upside down triangle as the body, and that changes your gender to male. And the right side up triangle will change it back to female. I'm going to try my very best to make the human form of Luca with the very minimal clothing options DLV grants us. Now, I know in the movie he is seen in a short sleeve checkered shirt, but we don't have one of those, so we're just going to make do. A lot of our clothing choices today for any of our characters are either going to be Touch of Magic, or they're going to be me just doing my very, very best and being inspired by the picture on the screen. So here we go. Luca was super easy with just a plaid checkery gray type shirt and some basically gray Dockers. I'm going to go ahead and change his skin tone to this green, which I love this green body paint because it has varying shades of blue and green in it, which is just like Luca. Now, in the movie, he has no shirt on when he's in monster form, and of course DLV does not allow this, so I do need to change his shirt, and this plain turquoise t-shirt actually matches this skin tone perfectly, which makes it look like he's not wearing a shirt at all. Added some of those pointy ears from the Monsters Inc. update, and voila, we have Luca. The changing of the eye color, honestly, is probably my favorite part. It adds just the perfect little touch to any character you want to build. Our next character we're going to work on is Alberto, but we're going to do it while he is still currently in monster form. And we're going to go with this blue and purple skin tone that's got the little like freckly bits all over it, which I think does kind of play into Alberto's little monster character. And we're going to make sure we change everything to fit his theme. The hardest part for me, honestly, at this point is trying to find the hairstyle that matches. Now, Alberto has green eyes and a light yellow white part of the eye, so we're going to go ahead and switch that up. And as I'm looking through all of the clothing items, I am noticing we don't really have tank tops that match Alberto. Yes, we have this orange Wild West one, but his is yellow. So we're going to go in to the Touch of Magic tool, and we're going to select the tank top. And we're just going to change it to a simple goldenrod yellow. Something quick and simple as that. I really wish DLV would offer plain items like this. And then we are also changing out his shorts to these tan chinos. Now, these are the lighter tan ones. There are two versions of tan. They're both called tan, so if you're wanting to recreate this outfit, be sure to select the lighter one. I will say I do wish DLV did offer us tails. They gave us this wonderful ear selection. Granted, it is only 2 monster ears. I just wish they did add tails as part of the update as well, because I feel like that would be the perfect touch when creating, well, a monster. Now we're going to transform Alberto into his human form, which honestly is just changing his skin and hair color and getting rid of the monster ears. There you have it. We have Alberto. This was a super easy outfit design, and while, yes, unless you know what movie you're designing from, doesn't really look like Alberto, but like I said, we work with what we've got. And now we're going to work on Ercole. I probably pronounced his name wrong, and I'll be honest, I have only seen Luca maybe once or twice, and I never really paid attention. This little guy is also known for his very bulbousy large nose, so we need to make sure that we go into the nose section and, of course, change it to the really, really big one. In the movie, he is shown with almost like a short sleeve blue button up, and they don't really give us much options in the way of a short sleeve button up. So I just ended up going with this blue polo, but of course, any blue shirt would work. And most of our characters are wearing the same, like, teal kind of cargo shorts. They just fit because the jean shorts that they offer are way too short. Now he is seen with a red jacket tied around him, so you can go with any option of having him wear a red coat, or you can use this red kerchief or the red reindeer cinched scarf, which kind of gives the illusion of something being tied around his neck. Now my favorite option here was going through the myriad of low-topped brown shoes they had. They had the Oxford shoes, which are the ones I ultimately choose, but they also have the moccasins and the food loafers. Now we're going to go ahead and work on Massimo. So of course we need to change our body type to fit Massimo, and he is a rather robust guy, so our character must also be robust. Now it's hard to tell what color socks he had on in this picture, so I just went with a black crew sock, which I guess kind of gives the dad feel vibe. We're going to get rid of the cinched scarf that we used for Ercole, that guy that I can't pronounce his name on. And we are going to go into our Touch of Magic tool, and we're going to go ahead and create Massimo's shirt. So I kind of wish they did offer us longer shirt styles. I did think about doing the dress, but then his shorts went away. So I'm just going to use the polo, and we're going to create his little apron. So I went with this light tan down here on the bottom to kind of give it a worn look. And then we're just going to take the white squares and make an apron. Aprons are super simple. They're all basic shapes of just squares, and the rectangles colored and positioned to look like an apron. So you guys don't need the super fancy motifs that we get. If you don't have them, these work perfectly. Now to get it to mirror on the other side without having to try and make sure that they fit, you can click that little box and then click the option that looks like a line with two circles on either side, and it will perfectly mirror it on the opposite side. Now we're going to work on the back. And for me, instead of digging through my motifs, I just continuously hit the duplicate button and then I just move it around. Make sure you click off of each little motif you place down before maneuvering your character around, because if you have not clicked off of it, it will move to whichever side you are looking at. Now, it does not show the back of Massimo here, but most aprons are tied with a bow in the back, and I tried to find a bow type look that wasn't Minnie's bow because the polka dots just really stand out a lot and give a very girlish vibe, which I don't think Massimo would wear, but it's what I've got. And I'm just going to go ahead and take some more of these rectangles and kind of make it look like the straps that hang down after you tie a bow. And here we go. I did add a pocket on the front. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but this is a motif. I don't know if it's a classic motif or one you have to collect, but it's just a perfect little pocket. If you don't have this motif, you can also add it with just another little square on front and just change the color. Can't forget his mustache. I went with the thick downturned mustache. I wish we could increase the eyebrows to make the eyebrows bushier, but I haven't figured out how to do that. If you do know how to change the eyebrows to look super bushy, let me know in the comments down below. And here we go. We've got Massimo, our perfect dad bod. So we're going to go ahead and add the final touch with a cap. Now, the cap in the movie almost looks like a beret, but we don't have berets. So a bowler hat or a fedora works perfectly. And now to work on Lorenzo. Lorenzo is also super easy. We're going to change him to a plain gray t-shirt, those classic teal shorts that we're constantly using, and then a hat. And then we've got the human form of Lorenzo. And I do want to change his mustache a little bit from the thick downturned like we have on Massimo to a handlebar. And I think it fits him perfectly. What do you think? Now, to transform this dad into his monster form, we're going with this green. It's the same green we use on Luca. And I just absolutely love this. And I do love that as I change the hair color, it also changes the mustache color. I do kind of wish they did give us a separate option for that for a little more creativity, but you get what you get. Now, unfortunately, none of our green t-shirts actually match the skin tone, so we're just going to go into Touch of Magic, choose the plain tee, and then just change the color to a green that matches the skin tone as close as possible. The shorts are going to change to these green chinos, and there we go. Like I said, we really need tails and probably some more monster ear options. We have done all the males of the movie. Let's go ahead and flip on over and start working on our female characters. We are starting off our female transformations with Daniela, and her monster form is super simple. We just got to get out of all of my pink gear and, of course, turn her skin blue with the freckles. I really wish they offered these different types of textures on all the other skin variations, but I do understand from a dev perspective why. I just kind of wish we had a little more options in terms of texture for creating our monsters. Her hair was a little hard to determine which one to use, but I do know she's got like this bluish purple hair, so I just went with this. And her monster form hair is a lot different than her female formed hair, so we got to do a little bit of digging. And just like most of our characters in this movie, she is barefoot. I have noticed that is the easiest thing with most of our characters, especially when they start as monsters and turn into female or turn into humans and vice versa. They don't have shoes. We are using the classic pointed monster ears in blue that you get from the Monsters Inc. DLC, and now we're just gonna go ahead and try and work our magic. I tried working our magic with some of the already created dresses that come in DLV, but they don't have any that are blue, so we're going to eventually go into our Touch of Magic tool and create our own. In our Touch of Magic tool, we're going to go ahead and choose the t-shirt dress, and then we're going to select a green color because we have to create this seaweed dress. And honestly, I have no idea where to go with this dress. So I'm just going to try to select a green that sort of works, and then we're just going to layer a bunch of motifs on top to see if it fits. Now we're going to go ahead and go into the all and choose this almost like tribal pattern. And we're going to change this to a darker shade of green than the dress that we chose. And we're going to choose the box and then the option with all the little polka dots. And that's going to have this pattern repeat everywhere on the dress. I'm going to duplicate it and then move it around with different sizes to create varying depths and varying patterns. Again, trying to create this seaweed dress that you see in the movie. And the reason I am choosing such a basic shape is I want everyone to be able to make this dress if they so choose, if this is their character they want to create. And I'm pretty certain this tribal pattern is a motif that comes standard with the game. Now, after I added all those tribal designs, I did realize that it needed something a little bit extra. So I went back in, I went into nature and chose the bubbles. I shrunk them down, changed the color, and then made them duplicate everywhere. And then I did it again, rotated them a little bit, and duplicated it again. Is it the most perfect dress? Absolutely not, but it is the easiest to create when you are a new player. So here we go. Here is Daniela in her sort of seaweed dress. Again, I feel like DLV really needs to give us tails. I feel like that probably would have pulled this all together. Now let's go on and let's make her human persona. So first things first, we got to get rid of those monster ears and change her skin tone back to a human color. Don't forget to also change the whites of the eyes so she doesn't look so monstrous. Now her hair, like I said earlier, is a lot different in her human form than her monster form. So we're going to choose this curly hair option, change it to brown, and puff out her face just a tiny bit just to make sure she is represented perfectly as she is in the movie. Going back to Touch of Magic and those t-shirt dresses, we're choosing a sky blue, and we're going to go down to the stitched rose pattern and try to change a shade that is not quite so noticeable. We want it to look almost embroidered, and since we can't really tell what the design is on her dress based on our inspo picture, we're just going to go ahead with the roses and duplicate it everywhere. She too is also wearing an apron. I'm sensing a theme here. And we're going to go ahead and just create a half apron on her waist, just like we did with Massimo. And there we have it. We have our human version of Daniela. Again, another super simple, super quick way to recreate your favorite Luca character. Now let's move on to the next one. The next one we are working on is Giulia. Julia? Julia. I believe it's Julia. Again, I'm really awful at these names. Sorry. I've only seen Luca maybe once or twice, so oops. Now, Julia is a super, super tiny human, so we are going to select the smallest frame we have in DLV. And then, of course, we're going to try to match the outfit as best as we can. So I chose these like cropped, rolled up capris. I wish they had baggier options. I really wish not all of the clothing items besides the dresses were skin tight, but we work with what we got. To make her top, we're going to go into Touch of Magic, make the top white, and then we're just going to add orange stripes. Now, unfortunately, when you use the rectangle to create stripes, you need to make 2 per stripe to have it go all the way across, or you're going to have a gap in the middle. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to work on making her stripes, and we'll see when it's all done. Forget when you're also creating these designs to also do the back piece, and there we go. We have Giulia. So I do need to change her hairstyle, and we don't really have much in the way of curly hair, so I'm going to try my best. Now, since she does wear a hat in the movie, I'm going to go with this one with the space buns, because when you pick a hat, it does cover the space buns. So I'm going to change her hair to red, and we're going to select the perfect blue hat. Now, I ended up going with this blue sailor's cap, but if you want to, or if you have this beanie, the beanie works as well. But honestly, I think the sailor's cap from Donald is a lot better suited towards Giulia. Our last female character that we're going to create is another monster character, and this is Nonna. So we are going to change Nonna's skin to purple and put her back in that Touch Magic dress that we made for Daniela, and change her hair to short and purple. And then we're going to change her hat. I went back and forth on her hat between choosing the goofy hat or going with the bandana, because she is shown wearing a, like, it's almost like a bandana that looks like the dress, but we can't touch of magic bandanas. So we're just gonna go with this green bandana that is standard in the game if you get it in your Scrooge shop. And just like all our other characters, she has no shoes. So we're going to grab the pointed blue ears because they blend in perfectly. We're going to change her whites of her eyes to yellow and make sure that her facial features match the movie. And voila, we have Nonna. Super quick, super simple, especially if you've already created the stuff for Daniela. Now we're going to add my favorite character, honestly, that I ended up having to personify, and that is Machiavelli. Machiavelli is the cat, and honestly, I love personifying any of the Disney animals that we have. I just think it's so much fun to see how we could dress like our favorite characters, especially when our favorite characters are, well, not human. So I tossed up a little bit between having my character bald, having my character have vitiligo, and ultimately I ended up keeping the skin tone as wide as it would allow me to go. And then I did end up choosing some super short, shaggy hair. I think it represented the fur a little bit better than having my character be bald. We added the white cat ears that, again, you can get in Scrooge's shop. And these checkered statement pants, I think, are perfect. Now, granted, Machiavelli has spots, not checkers, but again, we're personifying him. It's fine. This is where we use our imagination. And I honestly, out of everybody I created, I loved Machiavelli the best. I think it just shows so much creativity. And there we go. There is little Machiavelli. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, I know this type of video is something different than what I usually do, but if you do enjoy this type of content or any other content related to DLV, including speed builds, updates, and valley tours, be sure to give this video a great big thumbs up. It really helps me in the algorithm. And also click that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll go ding in your inbox every time I post. And let me know in the comments down below who is your favorite Luca character, either out of ones that I've done a lookbook for or ones that I haven't. I'd love to hear from you guys. Be sure to also check the description box down below if you're looking for a like-minded community over on Facebook. We have Dreamlight Valley Multiplayer Verse, which is for 18 and up, and then Dreamlight Valley Adults After Dark, which is a tad bit spicier and for 21 and up. Both groups are absolutely amazing. We have theme weeks and giveaways and prizes. Also have Treasure Valley items. It is so much fun, and we love to have you guys over there. You guys can also follow me on all social media sites to keep up with me, which are all linked down below, and that's Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. I do stream twice a week on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. PST, and then Fridays and Saturdays at noon PST. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I'm a small-time content creator looking to grow her channel in 2024, and I hope you guys will continue on that journey with me. Thanks again for hanging out with me on this brand new type of video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye, guys!